What is driver's ed?
It's a combination of learning skills behind the wheel, but also the educational part of it is learning things like I talked about, like your right of way rules for driving, and then just general common knowledge that people need to have regarding their car and how to maintain their car and what to look out for preventive maintenance, so that if they're going to have issues with their car, they've got an idea ahead of time of what things to look for that could potentially cause them problems. So it's more than just getting behind the wheel and driving. There's a lot more to it than just that part.
How can driver's ed help you?
Uh, it's something that everybody, pretty much everybody, has to do every day in life. If you have a job, you have to drive to your job, or anywhere we go nowadays. I mean, you're in a car, so that's one thing that on a daily basis, just about every adult has got to drive. They have to get themselves anywhere. So it's a skill that you use daily, and it's fun to be able to think that you can have a part in helping students be able to do that safer.
Reset that. Um, an interesting driving story is one day, I was driving to this girl's house named Melina's, and one day my passenger side tire popped, and my car flipped the other way. I was in a car accident, and I got life flighted, and I almost lost my whole arm. But now I'm healing and doing better, and you can't be just because adversity hits doesn't mean you have to stay on it. Like just because I was in an accident doesn't mean I'm not going to drive anymore. You gotta push through. Inspiration.
That was a good story, Klong.
Yeah.
I mean, like you were like really inspirational.
I'm gonna
Drive
be
the
a
mic.
test.
Hello.
All right, Bella's turn.
No, is it my turn to say an interesting story? Ooh, when we went to the Steubenville roundabout with Mia, me and her were making jokes, and we were pranking somebody with Leary's help, and it was just a fun time because we were all laughing about it, and it was just fun. We always have a good time in the driver's ed car. That's how I feel. Leary, do you have any interesting driving stories?
Interesting driving stories. We've only the years that I've done it. We've only really almost had two serious accidents, and both times it was just with very inexperienced drivers. Uh, One time we almost rolled the driver red car on Firehouse Hill, and that was just because of the driver's total lack of experience. It really wasn't the driver's fault. Um, and we've had numerous episodes where uh, drivers just once again due to inexperience they they do things that as an experienced driver you don't think they're ever going to do. So that my story to everyone is I always tell the students always assume the other driver is going to do the wrong thing, and that's how you're a good defensive driver. But even as the driver ed instructor, sometimes when I have really inexperienced drivers, they'll do things that you just never anticipate that they're going to do. So you got to be ready for everything at all times.
That was inspirational.
That was
Leary.
pretty good.
That was good. You guys are both inspirational.
There was
Mine are
one
just
when this
kids.
kid named Noah in our class hit a curb, and I got flashbacks of my accident.
What about that one time, Leary, that Aiden almost ran into a pole because he wasn't paying attention, and then he begs you to drive.
Didn't he almost run into a fence or something?
Yes, no, Ava did something too.
It's
I
getting
feel
toasty,
like.
and he was
Rylan,
talking
when
about
she almost
something
slid off the road. Do you remember that going down Powerhouse? She almost like went down.
Took the turn too fast.
Yes, because she wasn't paying attention, Leary. Like you said, people just don't pay attention to
Inspirational.
the
This
road.
is like really like heartwarming to like my ears. Like you guys, it actually like hits the spot pretty well.
Does it hit the spot for you, Chloe? I'm glad. This is
Good
a very
old Sheets.
inspirational
I
time.
live here. Yeah, right there.
That guy has an elf on the back of his RV.
My mom's car always.
If you look to the right of you.
I'm in the driver's ed car.
Oh, is she asking why you're leaving
Because I'm
class?
filming my feature video.
Look at the Santa
No
on the back of
way.
the RV.
Dirty.
Oh, he saw me
Which
pointing.
side is it?
Oh no.
Oh, well, good. Let's do this right side first. I'll look.
Wait, do all the tires need filled up?
I think one of them definitely. Stop right here. Stop right here.
Hurry up, hurry
We are
up.
currently
Here, I'll spray it.
currently watching Leary attempt to fill up our tires. If you can see it, there he is right there. And that RV back there has a Santa hanging on the back. Let's get a zoom in on that. Right there, yes. Leary is currently trying to fill up our tire. It is not going very well. Christian's driving. Christian, say hi to the camera. And this is really interesting. Oh wow, this thing's so fun. Larry's really good at this, and it's stuck in the windshield wipers.
And that tire was flat.
And the tire was really flat. And we have Izzy Bernola with us here today, and it's gonna be a fun time.
Larry, it's not going up.
What is your favorite part about driver's ed?
My favorite part about driver's ed is just like driving because like doing anything else is really boring.
How do you like driver's ed?
I like it. It's fun. I like the people in there. It really helps me become a better driver.
Do you feel more comfortable driving after taking driver's ed?
Me personally, I feel like the same driving with Leary and without. I don't know. Yeah, I just drive.
Round two.
And
is your interesting driving story?
You.
oh, me? Alright, so there's this time there's a car accident, by Kings Creek, like that area road. And I had to go up a very scary road that was like real thin. It was like a giant hill, but I did it because I'm a good driver. Good driving story. You can stop filming.
Come on, you're a pro.
I'm a public speaker.
It's okay.
Bella, your turn.
Is it my turn? Come on, I don't really have an interesting driving story. I
Yes,
get another one at least.
yes, you do.
I don't think I do.
Down that hill.
Not really, no. I'm kind of all out. I like Leary stories. They're funny.
So, what about walking dogs now?
Yeah, Leary, why'd you take them to walk dogs?
What? Whose dogs were you walking? Riley's?
No, my assistant softball coach. She was out of town. Needed me to walk her dogs.
Oh my.
That is so
Where'd you
funny.
walk them on the trail?
No, just around by her house.
That's crazy. That's fun.
Larry, look
Yeah.
at the camera.
Hello.
Larry's my favorite human. He's my favorite teacher. Most of the time. Until he starts bullying me. But it's okay. I see you smiling.
Bullying you?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes when you don't say hi to me when I come to class, I get mad. And I'm tired of doing book work.
I got
Man,
one more chapter.
I turned in
after
chapter
this.
13.
I'm not going to make it. I
Oh,
don't
you're-
think I turned in 14.
You're gonna make it.
No, I'm not, because you're not good at keeping the grades on time, so then my grade looks really bad in your
Exactly.
class.
Because you guys are terrible at turning stuff in.
No,
on time.
don't associate me with everybody else, because I turn my work in.
Oh, shoot. I didn't see that. My fault.
Klong turned his
Pay
in.
attention to me,
Yeah, my
like
fault.
30 seconds.
I thought, my fault.
Are you talking to me or him?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was accidentally going 80. I didn't even know.
You were going 80?
Or I'm at 70.
Christian.
I didn't mean to. I was looking. I was like at 60. I didn't even press like the gas. I guess it's not like a straight road. It's like
Christian, you know what you should do? Turn on your cruise control.
Bella
that's
knows how
fine.
to use the cruise control.
I use it all the time. Do you know how to turn on a cruise control? Leary, teach him the ways of the God.
Actually, I do on my car. My mom's car.
You just hit-
Ew.
No, that people always fly past us because we have to go to the speed limit because
Which one,
of
this one?
Leary, so
it
people
says
always
on.
pass
It says
us.
on.
You just
No,
don't dwell
see
on
where
it.
it
You
says
just let it
set?
happen.
Hold up.
Let the speed get down to 55 because that's what you should be driving. And then press set.
Okay.
What is your favorite part of teaching driver's ed?
The fact that you can do something that you think is going to be a lifelong skill, help kids with a lifelong skill, and keep them safe and put safer drivers on the road. Because we have way too many people out there driving on the road nowadays that don't know the common rules of driving, the right of way rules, and just basic safety things. And that's something I try to instill in the students.
Why do you teach driver's ed?
Back to that part, it's a lifelong skill. I think it's very rewarding when you see kids start out the year, beginning of the semester, and they don't do some things very well, and then by the end of the semester, you see big improvements in their skills, especially things like parallel parking. You'll have kids all the time that'll say, "I can't do that. I'm never going to be able to do that," and they find out in a matter of 20 minutes that yeah, they can do it. They just have to follow the procedure and do the things that I tell them, the parts of doing it. And once they figure that out, it's like a light goes off, and it's fun to watch that process.
So, any other interesting driving ed stories?
Leary has a ton, but he won't say them because then he has to talk about people.
They can't probably use the name of the students.
What about the JT story?
Well, you have situations where you have inexperienced drivers. Again, you got to constantly be aware of making sure you keep them straight on whether they have the right of way or not, because there's new drivers just have no clue about that until they've experienced it. And they also do things like if they have a stop sign, they assume everybody has a stop sign. Sometimes you're on a through street where you only have a stop sign, the other drivers don't. Inexperienced drivers don't think about that. They think for some reason that if they have a stop sign, all intersections mean that all people have a stop sign. That's not obviously the case. So I've had instances where students have stopped and then just proceeded to think they could just pull away because they thought everybody had to stop. Cars coming the opposite direction didn't have to stop. So constantly have to be aware of that stuff.
I think everyone should take driver's ed. I feel bad for people that don't get to take driver's ed.
In Ohio, don't you have to take driver's ed?
You have to take a course.
But it's not through school.
Yeah.
It's AAA. The auto club.
Buddy.
What is your favorite part about taking driver's ed?
I like to listen to Leary stories about we drive.
How do you like driver's ed?
I like it because I like going around like the town and seeing everything.
Do you feel more comfortable driving after taking driver's ed?
I do because it makes me more comfortable on the road and I'm not as like anxious and scared. Welcome to Driver's Ed 101. I'm sitting here with Izzy Bernola.
I thought it's 60.
And Christian is driving still.
Oh, shoot.
We don't know where we're going. The world is our oyster. Leary says we're making pearls because we don't know where we're going, but he knows. Right, Leary? You know where we're going.
Always.
Except that one time you got lost with Ava and Mia.
Oh, I actually.
How did you become the driver's ed teacher?
Well, my first couple years here, I was a special education teacher, and then when Mr. Filberto, our former football coach and driver ed teacher, retired, I looked into what I had to do to get certified in driver education, because I obviously had already been a teacher for 25 plus years, and I did the things I needed to do to meet the requirements for the certification for driver's ed, and felt very fortunate to be able to get the job because it's been the most rewarding job I've had in education.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.